How excited are you for your headliner tonight? That's what I thought. This next comedian is a writer, she's a filmmaker, and she is a badass motherfucker. She's one of my closest friends in the world. Put your hands together for the great Lenny Peppers!
Hi guys. Thank you. We are gonna have some real talk first. Did you guys know that where you are sitting right now is on one of the sites of one of the most brutal massacres of all time? Yeah. This month I was in an insult battle and I beat Kyle McAfee for the title of the meanest person in Missoula. Yeah. It's really fun. There needs to be like a plaque on the door or something. I actually beat Tim Miller twice, vanquished him, but he keeps coming back like one of those serial killers. Like the scary movie serial killers, yeah. My name is Lenny Peppers. My comedy name is Runs With Premise. Yeah, some of you thought I was gonna say many ha-has, huh? I actually have a whole bunch of those, so I will be keeping you on your toes for quite a while. There's like smoking gun, dress to kill. It's funny, this is my very first headline show, guys. I just want to give a quick shout out to my husband, White Devil. He's been with me through all of this. I have been doing this for 10 months today. Yeah, 10 months today, and it all started on this stage. But it's funny because I actually started because somebody parent cult sales pitched this to me. What that is when parents in the parents cult are like, you should totally have a kid. It's like the best thing ever. Yeah. And they did that to me with comedy. They were like, you should totally try it, Lenny. It's like the most rewarding experience of your life. And I did. And it really was actually a lot like parenting. We have the same stages. There is the pregnancy stage, where you vomit a lot more than you did before. Yeah. Somebody eventually calls you a slut. It's funny because when I wrote that joke, it was one of the first jokes I ever wrote. That was that hadn't happened to me, and I was like, oh, that would be funny. And then it actually happened, one time. Whoa. And then you you do these workshops to help you prepare for delivery. And then comes the time of the big show. And my husband's like, breathe, Lenny, breathe. And I'm like, fuck you, you did this to me. Where's the guy with the drugs? And he's like, it's too late for drugs, you have to go now. Yeah, I know a lot about parenting because White Devil and we have 6 kids. 6 kids, guys. That's a lot of Indian names to come up with. So I ended up naming them all after the contraceptives that they were conceived on. Yeah, we have Yaz after the birth control pill. Yeah, I know it's pretty, right? And then there's Patch. And then there's Pull-Out Method. Yeah, they're twins. And then we have Nuva, has a ring to it. And then there's little bouncing baby IED. Oh wait, I'm sorry, IUD, although it looks like an IED, it's gone off down there after 6 kids. So we recently got a house to house all of these children. Yeah, and usually when I get a house, I check the classifieds to make sure, or not the classifieds, I check on the internet to like make sure nothing bad happened there. And then I make sure to get rid of all of the furniture that was in the house to make sure none of it was haunted. And it didn't work this time. Like, weird things are happening in this house and it's really freaking me out, guys. I'm starting to like see weird things happen all over the place. Like, I found my oven mitts in the upstairs bathroom under the sink. Yeah, I think maybe I have a potholdergeist. And I hear the only way to get rid of a potholdergeist is to get a small, medium, and large medicine man. Oh, somebody saw potholdergeist too. The reason why I tell that joke is because it's my favorite joke ever. But I told it tonight for a special reason. A good friend of mine is having a birthday today. So let's give it up for Alyssa in the audience tonight. Happy birthday, friend! So I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about me. I used to be a journalist. I did a lot of journalism on Native Americans and politics. And I was invited to a lot of dinner parties on both sides of the aisle. And they're really fun, they really are. But I noticed some differences in them. When I go to a Democratic dinner party, there is, like, you go inside, you get your food buffet style, then you seat yourself and you enjoy the people speaking and you applaud. And it's really so much more fun than it sounds. But the difference with the Republican dinner parties is that you go inside and you get seated, and these waiters come out and they have these huge heaping platters of food. And they serve them to the top 1%, and the rest of us just wait for the food to trickle down. Yeah. The other main difference that I noticed is that instead of like just applauding for the people who are speaking, they actually bang their AR-15s on the ground in unison. Yeah. Speaking of politics, I decided that I want to start my own space force for the Northern Cheyenne Nation. Yeah. It's really, really great because right now, I have two of my astronauts, actually it's Patch and the Pull-Out Method twins, and they are on a ladder right now, and they're shooting a bottle rocket across the pond. The fourth pond, which is actually a pond from the res that I'm at, we just call it the fourth pond. And I'm hoping by the next fiscal year that they'll be able to shoot it to the pond across the highway as well. Yeah. I think like now's the perfect time for this too, because a couple of years ago we finally got cell service, and I want to jump on it before somebody else does. Yeah, cell service a couple of years ago, and it's still super duper spotty. Like, the only other time, like in this world right now that we live in, that you see spotty cell phone service like this is like in horror movies. Yeah. The only other one is like somebody like leaves their cell phone somewhere, or else they leave it in the car when they go out to have an authentic peyote experience. That joke works for Missoulians and natives. Yeah. 10 months ago, a person who puts on a writing workshop asked me if I wanted to go on stage, and I said yes. And I want to give a round of applause to this person for giving just all women and non-binary people a safe place to come and speak. So let's give it up for Sarah Aswell. Yeah, and Sarah Aswell was Columbus today. Yeah. She was found to be one of the undiscovered people in America who is like one of the best comics in Montana. Yeah! And the cool thing about that is that we already knew she was here. We already knew she was funny. She got Columbus. Yeah. Speaking of Columbus, this month we had Indigenous Peoples Month, or Peoples Day. Yeah. And the cool thing about that is that Missoula put out this announcement that all of the parking was free in honor of Indigenous Peoples Day. Yeah, it was great, but that's not really how it went down. What really happened was that Columbus Day is a nationally recognized federal holiday. And all of the meter readers had the day off anyway. And so I took 2 spots. Yeah. And I called all of my native friends down, and for one beautiful afternoon, there were like Winnebagos and Senecas and Grand Cherokees and Pontiacs. Another thing that made that day especially tolerable was that I got a mattress for 40% off at a Columbus Day sale. Yeah. The funny thing was, though, that the guy who sold me the mattress was like, kept trying to send me home with this free blanket. He's like, please, take home this complimentary blanket. And I'm like, are you threatening me?
Yes.
All right, Lenny Peppers, everyone. It's so good to be
One more time for Lenny Peppers, please. And all the comedians you saw here tonight, big round of applause.